Give it up for Crazy Cody of Crazy Cody's Comedy Corner, the YouTube channel. He'll explain. Give it up for Cody. Woo!
I gotta do my own plug. It's proprietor of Crazy Cody's Comedy Corner. I'm sure Brando already asked, but since the people who just arrived didn't know, this is amateur night at comedy night at Bar 9. So welcome. Hear it for yourselves for being here tonight. So, you, Brando, you were talking about you busting that stick. And your friends, embarrassing yourself and how you can fall on your face here, but yeah, unlike your friends, we won't laugh. So, yeah, there you go. But anyway, yeah, we didn't have much this week. I thought about joke stealing a little bit from Jake. I went through our text to find out, and so that's a good idea because you can't really steal jokes if they're not performed, right? So with that being said, Lilia. Gotcha. Just kidding. No. But anybody see in the sports world the UW? The track and field. That's an inside joke for all of you, anyway. But the UW track and field, they had some high jumpers that were tie some records, but they were twins, and they played for the same team, and one of them won, but I'm a twin, and it's odd, like I thought, that's so strange, we didn't really have any rivalries or try to really outdo each other, much as we were growing up. I mean, mainly, we weren't that athletic. Like, this is how my brother would catch a ball. So, we just weren't really that athletic, though. But oddly enough, he was that kind of a guy, though. Like, he would kind of remind me of Tigger from Winnie the Pooh if you got him on a pogo stick. He could just jump all the way around, and you're like, how the fuck is that? You throw a ball like a right-handed girl does with her left hand, but yet you could win a fucking marathon on stilts somehow. You just run straight across without falling. You're like, man, you terrible athlete. But we really weren't that competitive much growing up. So my dad got us into music rather than sports, I think, because he rodeoed. And his hands are all crippled up and everything like that. But he didn't really, they got us into that music rather than sports, and they also homeschooled my brother and I. But they bought us some music equipment to keep us away from drugs and alcohol. That's why they homeschooled us, and they keep us occupied. They bought us music equipment. I'm like, I don't think they thought that went all the way through with sex, drugs, rock and roll. They dropped us off in some odd spots to go play some music. But my twin and I, we played a lot of music together. We did music, there really wasn't a competition like who was the better guitarist. I was just naturally more gifted than he was, and it wasn't a competition. I just was able to outplay him, it was easy, so. But we did sometimes, have, like as when we were kids, maybe like who could collect the most Halloween candy, and I won that one, I got the diabetes, he didn't. So we know who got the trophy for that. But there were a couple things, maybe he won by default. I don't think his wife's ever done this to him, so, yeah, you know what I mean? I think, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Brotherly competition, couple twins, cock and balls, that's what we're getting at, anyway. So, but sometimes I think you naturally win. And I got the craziest wife out of us. I won that one. That's for sure. That's like in spades I won. So I could sit and tell stories, but she watches the YouTube channel, and so I don't think I would like to stay happily married at the same time. So, but yeah, she does. That's the most interesting thing in my life, though, is her craziness. I'm a pretty dull and boring person, and she keeps it interesting. But sometimes I just want to, wrestling hitter. Tell her I'm glad it's not the 50s, honey. Let's wrestle fight instead, so I can get my win in. But anyway, that's it. Have a good night, everybody.
Keep going for Cody, hell yeah. Where to be?
You can't watch this on Crazy Cody's Con.
Plus
Whoa,
it's-
set your churn.